Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Oracle Eris. Today isn't a tarot reading, but I'm Oracle Eris, and today's video is actually a dream message. So this is gonna be a message that I um basically got intuitively from a dream I had. Now, before I start with the dream, I want to go into the message, and I feel very strongly that the message is be wary of some of the things that people are asking you for at this time, because there's this energy of someone's expectations of you being completely inappropriate. What do I mean by that? What I mean is whatever it is that someone wants to ask of you or is expecting of you at this time, that is not your job. It is not your responsibility. Okay. So before we get fully into the video, please hit that like button and subscribe, because that helps my channel grow and I appreciate it so much. And thank you to everyone who's been booking personal readings with me, liking the videos, and subscribing. I appreciate you all so much. So yeah, let's continue to get into the video. So let me go ahead and break the dream down, and then we'll get even more into the message. So the dream is there were three people, okay, and all of them were related. One was driving a truck, and the other two were passengers in that truck, okay. So all of a sudden, the car breaks down, and it turns out that the tires on the truck all need to be replaced. The other two in the car expected only one of them, the third person, to pay to replace all of the wheels. And this person was ready to do this. This person thought that they had to, in order to for this vehicle to continue going, they were going to have to be the one to pay for everything to get fixed up. Yet they were not driving, okay? They were not the one running this car ragged or into the ground. So the two other people turn to this third person and they have this expectation. And I say that to say, that is not your job. Somebody might come to you soon and tell you that you have to pay for a bill, or you need to pay to replace something, or they want you to basically come out of your pocket to pay for something that you had no taking in. Okay. So, like I said, this could be bills at somebody else's house. For some of you, this could be family. But whatever the request is, it's highly inappropriate for them to ask this of you. But remember, I said in the dream they were related. The three people in the dream were related. So the only reason they have this expectation is because they were related to this third person. Even though this person didn't drive the car, they're not the reason this car is breaking down or the wheels needs to be replaced. They simply expected it of this person because they had a connection or a relationship due to them being related by blood. So this could be a really close friend or really close family member. But I'm here to tell you to set boundaries, okay? Do not go for it. Now is the time to actually make it clear that at the end of the day, you have things in your life that you have to invest into, and you cannot be investing your energy into anybody and everybody else's situation, especially if they were driving or running the car ragged and they knew, trust me, they knew the vehicle they were driving would eventually need to be repaired. That's on them. That is on them for waiting. So whatever it is, I feel like at the end of the day, you need to get into the driver's seat. And that means that you can't drive anyone else's vehicle for them either. So be aware of people coming to you in a crisis or coming to you like, oh, if this doesn't happen, then well, this and this and that, and all these bad things are going to happen to us. Be understanding, be compassionate, but be firm on your boundaries, okay? Whatever it is they're asking of you is inappropriate because they knew the wheels or whatever they were driving, whatever they were doing was falling apart. They already knew that. They waited for it to fall apart because they felt like they knew you would help. So there's a need to be firm in your boundaries and to be understanding of people's situations, but you cannot ultimately run to everybody's defenses or run to defend everybody in their own life. I feel like there's this pattern where these people are this is not a reading. I'm not doing free readings. This is a channel dream message, Sharma. But thank you for joining. And also hello to everybody that's here. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you're here and you haven't already. But yeah, whatever it is, these people ran this into the ground. And I feel like there's this expectation that because they're related to you or because you've been a friend for so long or because you're so dependable, they can run to you anytime the wheels fall off the shit that they've been doing. I'm also hearing people knew the boat they were on was sinking and they waited until it was a crisis to come running, asking you to fix it for them. That's inappropriate. At the end of the day, you need your resources for your boat. And guess what happens when your boat is falling apart and it has holes in it? These people are not going to be able to help you because they're going to expect you to always be there to help them. Does that make sense? Their boat is falling apart, but if you ever needed help, they wouldn't have shit to give you. They wouldn't be able to help you. So I really get this energy that setting strong boundaries is paramount at this time. It's absolutely necessary, okay? And also another thing is this. You have to be in the driver's seat in your own life, and it is impossible for you to run to help everybody else. I know a lot of you are very kind, very compassionate, but it is impossible to have the resources you need for your own life and pour into everybody else to the point where you don't have much left for yourself. Okay? Because I feel like some of you, these are people you really care about who are asking these inappropriate requests of you. These are people you genuinely want to help and want to see do better in their life. However, they are extremely either codependent or they're extremely comfortable asking of you what they would not do for themselves, because these people in the dream did not see fit to fix the vehicle themselves first. Their immediate thought was to come to you. Okay, so I feel like at the end of the day, there's a need to break some kind of cyclical pattern of people asking inappropriate things of you just because you're dependable, just because they know you're going to be there to help, or you've always been there to help, or you're always the one that they go to when something goes wrong. Set boundaries, and like I said, be compassionate, be caring, but be aware. Okay, and there's also a need to start checking some of these people who have these expectations, because what's going to happen for some of them is you're going to start to say no for your own betterment in order to reserve resources for your own life. Resources can be energy, money, time. Okay, it can be a lot of things, but whatever it is you've invested into them, they expect you to continue this pattern endlessly. And when you tell some of these people no, they're going to get very either angry or upset, and they're going to feel like you wronged them because they're entitled. So there's definitely some energy of entitlement with some of these people and their expectations of you. And I really feel like God wanted me to come on here and tell you that their expectation is completely inappropriate. Completely inappropriate, okay? Um Oh, hi, Scorpius. I hope I'm saying that right. Not edgy. Um, yeah, I don't know. I try not to be edgy, but I am very goofy. But hi, thank you for joining, guys. And yeah, guys, so I felt like this message is really, really important for a lot of you. Also, be aware, set boundaries, because there are people in your life who may want to get in the driver's seat in your life. And what I mean by that is they want to steer you in a direction they feel like you should be going in. Instead of listening to where you want to go in life, listening to what you're trying to do in your own life, they feel like they should steer you in a certain direction. And when the shit starts to fall apart, when that shit starts to fall apart, guess what they're gonna do? I mean, it's your life. They're gonna take a step back and they're going to leave it to you to fix it. So don't let somebody else drive you into the fucking ground. And Medina's Well says, this resonates. Spirits told me to be careful with people coming in and wanting me to nurse them. Yeah, like be wary of who is expecting things of you at this time. Because some of that shit is just mad inappropriate. And at the end of the day, I'm really getting this energy of it's time for people to grow up. You're very dependable, or people have been able to depend on you to be there for them in the past. Now, Spirit is telling you it's time for you to cultivate people who are going to be there for you. Okay, we know that you can show up for people, we know that you can be there for people, but now Spirit is wanting to usher in people who are going to be there for you. And that means these takers, these people who are always expecting things of you, always wanting you to drop you whatever you're doing or drop your day in order to come run and help them. Spirit is moving those people out. That cycle is over. But you have to realize that just because some of these people love you or may care about you, it does not mean that they have your highest and greatest good in mind. Okay, so just be aware of people inappropriately asking you to fix things when they already knew that that shit was breaking down. What I mean is, this can be an example of somebody says, oh, if my rent isn't paid by tomorrow, I'm gonna get put out. You knew for how long that your rent needed to be paid. Now you're coming to me on the verge of catastrophe and I have to fix it. But what happens when you're on the verge of catastrophe and they're on the verge of catastrophe? They can't help you. They can't pour into you. They can't give back the things that you're pouring into them. Be wary of people swearing up and down, I'm going to pay you back. I promise I'm going to be able to give it back to you. Some of these people don't even think they should pay you back because you're obligated to help them, either because they feel like you're family or because you guys have been friends for so long. Oh, hey, Leandra Clark. Thanks for joining the live, guys. But yeah, be wary of these people just expecting you to help and that they don't owe you nothing in return because you've always been there to help. Some of you are used to being the mom or the dad friend. Be wary of that trope. Some of you are used to being the strong friend that everybody goes to when they need something. Be wary of that trope. It is time to take a step back from certain roles in certain people's lives and be that person for yourself. Because all of these people, I'm gonna say all, there's a lot of these people who can't give back to you what you've been pouring into them. They cannot be a stable or place of comfort for you the way that you're a place of comfort for them. When things are toppling in your life, you're not able to go to them and ask and get the same kind of help that you've given them. It's time to take a step back and leave those roles in the past, okay? I know, I get it. We all want to help the people we love. We all want to be there for them. But it's getting to the point where spirit feels like some of these people are relying on you to the exclusion of their own effort. They don't feel like they have to do anything. They knew their rent was due for months, okay? They knew that the payments were getting backed up for months. They didn't come to you until it was beyond out of control. And they have this expectation you're going to fix it because you've always been there for them. And that's beautiful in a sense, but at the same time, it's inappropriate because now there's an expectation that you will always be there, all access, all the time, and that they shouldn't have to give anything of value back because you just always are there for them. And it can be very noble, but it's kind of giving sacrificial or self-sacrificing. And some of these people aren't even bothering to do their own work. They're not even bothering to, make sure these things do not happen in their own life, or they're not creating preventative measures in their own life because they feel like when everything topples, like they know it will because they haven't been doing any work, they'll just run to you. You'll fix everything. You always have. You've always been there. And whenever, say for example, it's a relationship, whenever this relationship is draining them again, and this negative person has started fights and stuff like that, and they don't have nowhere to go, they're out on the street, they'll just run to you and emotionally dump everything on you. You've always been there to listen before. So yeah, set boundaries and be aware of inappropriate requests at this time or people expecting inappropriate things of you. It's not your job to fix someone else's vehicle, okay? Because they knew the fucking wheels were about to start coming off. They knew and they waited. And some people are going to invite you along because they know that these things need to be fixed. And if you're around, you're going to make sure they get fixed. So they're going to invite you along as if everything is okay. And then when shit hits the fan, they're gonna come to you and be like, oh wow, I didn't even know. Could you help me? And they have this expectation you're just gonna bend over backwards to help. So yeah, guys, that's the message. Make sure you're in either the passenger seat and the most high, God, spirit, the divine, the universe, a higher power, whatever you want to call it. Either they're in the what is it called? Either spirit is in the driver's seat and you're in the passenger seat, or you're in the driver's seat and spirit is in the passenger seat. There is no room for people who are not doing their own work. Okay, there is no room for people who want to tell you what you need to do in your life or tell you where you need to go, because the minute that you drive into a ditch and you can't get out, these people are going to take a step back and be like, well, can't help, I have all of these things going on in my life. So just be wary and be aware of what somebody is really asking you. It could seem small. Well, could you come pick me up? My blank put me out and I don't have nowhere to go. Okay, sure. Then all of a sudden, months later, they're living with you rent free and gobbling up all your resources and your time, your energy, your money, and the energy in your house is off. And it just feels like something ain't right. Be wary. Be wary of people coming to you asking for advice, and then hours later they're emotionally dumping everything on you, and you're just thinking to yourself like, this is a pattern, an endless pattern. Okay, so I'm not saying don't help people, guys. Feel free to help people, please. Okay, just be discerning about who you're helping and what their actual intentions are. Because you can meet a stranger on the street and invite them into your home, and in about a month, they already have what they need to get up on their feet. And they're like, thank you so much. I appreciate this. But some of these people who have been around you for some time have an expectation of you that's just, I'm just really getting wildly inappropriate. So yes, guys, that is the message. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you guys around on my channel. And yeah, please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already, because like I said, I really appreciate it. But yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.